Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Turnbuckles and stogies. Yo, what is up? What is up? Yo, happy Sunday. Another Sunday with your favorite hostess with the mostest.
My dad, I'm doing a wrestling punch. I looked at him, I said, hey.
We are Turnbuckles and Stogies Pod, your hostess with the mostest, the big dog, the vanilla gorilla, and ladies and gentlemen, today, yo, y'all ready for this? Because I don't think they're ready for this, Joe.
I don't know. It might not be.
Yo, what is up? What is up? Happy motherfucking Sunday. Happy New Year. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Yarmulke. Happy Chicana. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. We here. Yo,
damn,
this is
blurry.
Turnbuckles and Stogies.
Stogies, not
Turnbuckles and
Stuggos.
Stogies. Sorry. I'm tired. And that's the squeaky mice over there that's laughing. So we are here today. Yo, Turnbuckles and Stogies Pod. We here. Happy Sunday. Happy fun day. Shout out to the Texans. Eat a bag of dicks. Because I don't know if they won or lost. I gotta check my ESPN because I bet on them.
Your ESPN?
Yeah, I bet on them.
I'll be right back.
Probably lost. So what are we gonna do today, guys? Today we got Redbone cigars on. We're supposed now check this out. We were supposed to get his cigars on Friday or Saturday, right? Why the fuck they only got one person in UPS, not USPS, UPS. The motherfucker woman was out sick, so they couldn't process the fucking shipments to go out. Who the fuck does that? Who the fuck does it? So, shout out to us, Turnbuckles and Stogies Pod. We are here. My co-host had to go do some business. Probably had to take a shit. So, that's okay.
I'm here. I'm just.
Oh, he's right here. He didn't have to take a shit
I'm lighting
yet.
candles.
He's lighting candles. He didn't take a shit yet. But I'll probably go take a shit in a few minutes. I'll let you know how it comes out. So let's talk about Netflix, the pay-per-view last week. And if y'all watched our episode that we dropped this week, it was a great episode. So let's talk about last week's episode of Mind Your Fucking. See, they're over there talking about me, mother and daughter.
Daughter.
See, fags.
What the fuck just happened? Oh. We have to a little bit. All right, no big deal.
So we're gonna talk about Netflix. 2.3 million people. Gotta ask you.
Yeah, they did a zero in a TV rating.
2.3 million people
They did a zero.
on Netflix.
They did a 0.0 in the TV ratings.
What do you mean a 0.0?
Yeah, the ongoing thing is they did a 0.0 in your local TV markets.
So let's talk about The Rock.
Because they're not on TV.
let's talk about this in all seriousness.
I need to take a haircut.
Californians, yo, much respect to the Californians out there. Not you fucking movie stars.
I need a
Not all
haircut
you
really bad.
motherfuckers. But let's talk about all the people that lost their houses, that don't own $3.5 million houses. And just so the guy that won the lottery last year $2.8 million.
What did you see? What's his name?
Hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying. $2.8 million. He bought a house for 1.5, and guess what? That shit is burnt to the ground. You know what he said? I guess I got to go back to living in the projects.
Well, no, because he'll get insurance and everything for that house.
Insurance got
Oh,
canceled.
no, you're right. Yeah, that was State Farm. State Farm canceled everybody's fire insurance.
But did you hear what the councilman said?
You might want to pop that curtain a little bit.
You heard what the councilman said? He said, I made he made something to where that State Farm can't cancel it. So if it's up to a year, if they canceled them before this fire, motherfucker still got the fire insurance.
No, that's good because State Farm, I was reading all over the place.
No, fuck State Farm. They canceled my insurance too.
No, forget that.
They can eat a bag of
Forget
dicks.
that though. But I was reading all over the place that they were canceling everybody's insurance plans because they didn't want to pay out the money for the fires.
Well, Johnny said, and shout out to my brother Johnny in California. Like Johnny said, his house has a sprinkler system. Never knew that.
Some houses do, some don't.
No. In California, you have to have a sprinkler system.
Oh, that's right. It's code. I forgot about that.
It's part of the code. And
it's
you're
building
an electrician.
code.
So,
yeah, but that's not, remember, that's not my code.
He has a sprinkler system. The fat Mexican showed me. Now, check this out also. So tell me why. Tell me how the fuck does this work?
Sorry,
so
I couldn't help myself, guys.
Oregon and Washington sent battalions of firemen.
Isn't that's firehouses is battalions?
Yes, they sent battalions of firemen to go help with the fires, right? So ask me why.
Why are you yelling?
They stopped at fucking TSA.
But why are you
to
yelling?
Inspect because they want to make sure that their oxygen and all that shit.
Yeah, because they have to. But listen.
No, but like Johnny said, if I was the fucking captain of that fire motherfucking, if I was the captain or the chief of that fire fucking department, and you said I had to stop at TSA, I'd turn them motherfuckers around and be like, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself, cocksucker. Just like the Mexicans. They walked up the Mexican fire department from Tijuana.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it's anybody, it's Tijuana.
I showed Johnny, my brother Johnny, hit Johnny up there. Put Johnny up there.
He's not there.
I'm going to call him right now. So, Johnny, jump your ass on here, you Mexican. So, the Mexican fire department.
No, that is true.
From Tijuana to help with the fire.
Now,
if you need help with the fires, why the fuck are you stopping a fucking battalion from Oregon and Washington State?
Yeah, but listen.
Go eat a bag of dicks, Governor fucking Newsom.
But listen. You're yelling, though. But either way, there's a lot of stuff that has been kind of weird and shady that I've read about. And whether it's true or not, who knows? I'm not going to get into that because that's not this type of podcast.
It's not.
That's something for another day. But there is a lot of celebrities that lost their houses along with, everyday average people who worked hard for what they had.
So listen, I'm not knocking celebrities, okay? I'm not knocking
No. I'm not saying you are, but I'm talking.
So here's my thing. So The Rock came on. When all these fires happened, The Rock had just left Monday Night Raw. Okay? So he left Monday Night Raw. He lost a $27 million home.
Oh, not to cut you off, by the way.
Do you know what he said?
That's what I'm smoking right now, guys.
He said, here's what he said. I can rebuild my home on the same property. He said, but what I'm doing, I'm donating. And I'm going to give a shout out right now. And Foodie, I hope you follow me, Foodie.
Who?
Foodie.
I don't even know who that is.
Foodie is a TikTok guy. Foodie, enchiladas. They all are on TikTok with me.
Never heard of any of them.
They're all on TikTok with me. These guys are at the Rose Bowl if you want to donate to anybody that lost their stuff, go to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. Okay, Foodie has been out there since Tuesday morning feeding. He is a guy that feeds everybody. He's a guy that feeds everybody during the week.
There we go. That's a better quality picture.
He's a guy that feeds everybody during the week. He feeds first responders, everybody during the week in LA somewhere. I don't know what streets, but he feeds everybody. So shout out to Foodie and them guys. Listen, they've been out there since day one. If you want to donate, you just pull up, load up your fucking car, your truck, your asshole, whatever you want, and just go to the Pasadena. Go to Pasadena, go to the Rose Bowl, pull up, drop off whatever you want, Pampers, clothing, whatever. They need a lot of stuff. Don't bring them water because they got truck fulls of water. Shout out to my brother Johnny who brought him a truck full of water. So just show up. You can eat and be merry down there. Sorry for your loss, all you Californians.
So just to show everybody, that's what I'm finishing. It's a 6x70.
I'm smoking a JFR.
That's the Corojo from Aganorsa, the JFR.
Put it up, bud.
The Corojo Super Toro out of the sampler pack. Who's that?
Oh, this is he wants me to call him. I gotta call him.
So yeah. So listen, I mean, you know, there's a lot of things going on. But back to kind of what you were talking about earlier with Netflix and Raw, the ratings were through the roof. I mean, there's a lot that they've been able
watched
to.
It. I actually had a fucking good time watching.
I watched it,
and I thought it was gonna fucking do like it did with the Tyson fight and fucking
no.
in and out.
You know what though? Remember that Tyson fight? They weren't ready for that.
No, they weren't.
Netflix wasn't ready for that.
Huh?
So I don't blame that. I don't blame that on Netflix because Netflix didn't anticipate that. They didn't know that that's what was going to happen. Then after the Tyson fight, you had the NFL games that they were still working some stuff out with. And then you got to Raw on Monday, and there really was no buffering whatsoever. The Tribal Combat match was fantastic. The only thing I don't like personally here is in the States, you get commercials, you get ads. If yours is in another country, even if you go to Canada, you still don't have ads.
Give me a second, guys. I'm on the phone right now with a business partner.
So anything in the US, you get ads, which is crazy.
Right.
But anywhere overseas, you get exclusive interviews, you get ad-free show, you get all that stuff. But the ads are nice. Don't get me wrong. I personally would like to see straight through action, but that's just me. I get it. You got to get the sponsors paid.
Well, I think
not only that,
I think I'm gonna call Nate and ask Nate for his address so I can use his address for Netflix. So
well, you don't need to. You don't need to do all that.
No, because I can use his address. I get a PO box.
You don't need to do all that.
Why not?
Because you don't have to do all that. There's ways around that. You don't have to get an address.
That guy keeps moving.
You don't need an address. I just do it on my own. I can do it myself.
Matty Rock said hello. He's still in Texas.
Yeah, I know. He's got Texas, then he's going somewhere else, then he's going to Vegas.
Well,
month.
He's got Texas, then he's got Florida,
yeah.
Then he's got Vegas.
He's got Texas, West Palm, and then Florida. Vegas.
Yeah.
And
so for y'all that don't know, we are going to be. I want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, BAMF Cigars. He's got his own lounge in Florida that he's opening. And we are
not to cut you off, but not only does he have his own lounge, our guest today also has his own lounge, actually.
Right.
In PA.
So we are going to be down in Florida.
At some point.
To what he does is he's doing a soft grand opening in the next few weeks. He doesn't want us down there then. He wants us down there for the regular grand opening. And we're going to smoke. And just so everybody knows, he's not putting in big cigars. He wants all boutique cigars. And you know what they said at the Polo Grounds? We want cigars that nobody ever had.
Well, I'm gonna have to talk to him and see if we can work some stuff out. But
We will. That's another note.
but yeah, I mean,
And shout out to Vicente Cigars. Vicente, we're gonna have them on. I'm actually talking to him right now. I'm actually talking to Vicente right now.
and we're gonna have him and Bald Man on.
We're gonna have him and Ball Man and
Well-
Dave. Hold on.
Well,
And
no,
Dave,
no, no, and but
Dave.
but-
They're Northeast.
but
regional,
Bald Man, I think, wants to set it up to where his cousin or his brother that remember he told us last time.
That's not, that. If you look at
No.
the message,
But remember what I said
Right.
last time.
But
He
look
wants
at the
to,
message that
right.
Look at the message that Vicente sent me.
I know, I seen it.
He said, "Here's what he said."
So on that note, guys, let's take a quick break. We'll be back.
Let me see if I can get him on the phone. Go ahead. We'll be right back, players.
I'm about as far as I'm going. Welcome home. I'm sure your family and all your friends are going to be glad to see you.
Thank you, sir.
Walking these old dirt road side streets, looking at the sights and reminiscing, wondering what's changed since I've been gone. I'm coming home. It's like yesterday that I left here. Time flies and now it's been years, but I know this is where I belong.
Take care, boss.
I'm coming home. Coming home to the family, friends and the memories, the ones I love and the ones I regret. Coming back to make a new life, built on the one I left behind. Thank God it wasn't over yet. We're not made to live this life alone, so I'm coming home. Fear almost stopped me from returning. Thought others won't forgive the bridges burning, but I'm planning to rebuild what is gone now that I'm home. And I know it won't be the same that it was, but that's okay, 'cause I will always love this place and the ones who call it home. Yeah, that's my home. Coming home to the family, friends and the memories, the ones I love and the ones I regret. Coming back to make a new life, built on the one I left behind.
After he gets on, he gets on.
Yo, what is up? What is up? We back, Turnbuckles and Stogies Pod, your favorite podcast on Sundays.
Here's my lighter.
Check us out. Check us out. Check us out. Check us out. Yo, so we are back. We in the process of having a lot of people on. We got Kobe Freeman, the first African American. I don't want to say black. It's African American owner of his own cigar lounge and his own. I'm sorry, not lounge. His own factory. So he's going to come on in February or March. He's getting back from the States tomorrow. So he'll be on. So we're in the process of doing that. I got a few other things coming up. I can't tell you what they are.
Well, next week we have an interview we're airing with Henderson, so we won't be here next week. We'll be back on the 26th live with Lou from Lord Cigars. And then I'm actually reaching out to a few wrestlers to have them on the podcast as well.
By the way,
now that there's free openings.
Just so you know, Johnny, his cousin is a patent lawyer. And guess what we're patenting?
No idea.
We're patenting Turnbuckles and Stogies Pod.
Well, patent is different than a trademark.
Well, we're patenting it. Once we patent it, all you motherfuckers can eat a bag of dicks.
So
on that's
just kind of a rundown of what we got going on this week.
We got busy. We're booked up till February.
Yeah, I'm booking out some stuff already.
Booking February. We got to book March.
Well, I got to see
Can I have my hat on the side over there?
What hat?
My red hat.
I got to see what
Put on my fucking hat. I forgot my hat.
So that's a Tuesday.
I forgot my hat. Now I got my hat. Now I'm happy. Happy as a pig in shit. So let's talk about when The Rock showed up on NXT. Him and his daughter. He was in pig in shit.
Oh.
He was in there. He was in the office with his daughter, and what's his name showed up.
All Ego Ethan Page.
All Ego Ethan Page. So him and Ethan went back and forth. And he told Ethan, he goes, one day I'll see you on the main roster.
Well,
and as he walks out, he goes, get your sweet ass out of here.
No, so what
Ethan, on that note, Ethan turned around at an interview and goes, so you had Triple H and Tony Khan. They don't know what I'm doing. Then you got The Rock, and he goes, he said I had a sweet ass.
Yeah, but
and he goes, because he knows what Ethan Page is cooking.
Yeah, but what you missed also is the fact that not only that, but he told Ethan that, yes, while The Rock might be the final boss in NXT, Ava is the final boss. And what she says goes, and Ethan didn't like that.
Correct.
And also you have Trick Williams lost his belt to Obafemi. Roxanne lost her belt to Julia. So don't be surprised you see them come up. If not in the next couple of weeks, they make their debut.
And I'm going to tell you about Obafemi.
They'll make their debut in the Rumble.
Obafemi. That dude is a beast. Obafemi is a fucking beast. Don't get it twisted.
You'll see that
he is the next big thing. Fuck you, Brock. He's the next big thing.
Well, that's been used over the years, so you can't say it's strictly just Brock's thing, because that's been used a million times over the last few years. So not only that, it's insane. Like, everybody's starting to make their waves now. MLW had one of their pay-per-views last night. Matt Riddle is the new champion.
For who?
MLW. He beat Kojima. He's the new champ. So not only is he the new champ, now you have Mads Kruger, who is the holder of a title shot whenever he wants. Eric Bischoff, I believe, is now the running GM for MLW as well. So that'll be interesting. I mean, and then let's just talk about this because
let's talk about my man Rich Palladino.
Well, let's talk about what. Yeah, he's been the full-time announcer now for them for a while.
Let's talk about my brother and my friend who has announced me several times. Rich Palladino.
He signed a full-time contract with them a couple of years ago.
I'm actually working on getting him on here.
Yeah, good luck with that. He's busy. Very busy.
Listen, I'll get Rich
So
on here.
let's not only that, let's talk about the event. Really, you could say historic event that just happened.
ACW.
In the Civic Center.
Shout out to Vic and Dale.
The Awesome Championship Wrestling.
Awesome Championship Wrestling.
Which the first champion was crowned that night, Richard Holiday.
Rich Holiday
was crowned champion.
Mr.
Well, I mean, he's got.
What the hell's it go by?
You got Rarefied Air.
Yeah.
You've got the AirPod God. You've got Most Marketable. I mean, there's so many words for him.
He's also teamed up with GNC. He teamed up with them, and he's got his own shit out.
Oh yes. He's got his own coffee out.
He's got his own coffee, his own.
But
listen, I'm gonna get Rich on here.
But that, to have that company come back, to start up, to have their first event in the Civic Center, which, for those of you that don't know, the Mid-Hudson Civic Center holds a very significant place in pro wrestling history.
Well, let's talk about it.
I mean, there's.
Let's talk about it. So
Scott Hall showed up and debuted in ECW.
So here's the thing on the Mid-Hudson Civic Center, right? So when I moved up here, I showed up to the Civic Center. Me and my wife had a front row seat. ECW debuted. Okay. So they debuted. They came up here.
Hello.
ECW was there. So when ECW debuted, who was sitting in the front row? Me. Who was on the other side?
Your mama. No, I'm just
Vic
kidding.
Collins.
No. What? No.
Yes.
Hell
Collins was on the other side.
Holy crap. It's a great thing I'm here.
With his fucking blue hair.
Swear it's a good thing I'm here.
So, all of a sudden, Bubba Ray turns around and says some stupid shit. Okay? And look, the old lady's right here. Tell him, babe.
No,
babe, come and tell him.
No, she's not going to come on. She can't stay out here long.
So Bubba Ray turned around and said some stupid shit. And what do? I answered the question. I said, tell Paul Heyman I will sign any waivers that you want for me to get in your ring and whip your ass. Shout out to Bubba Ray. He's going to come on here too because I'm going to get him on here.
Well,
I'm going to get him on
so let's kind of, not only from that, WWE has ran there so many times. The historic title changes happened in that venue.
Yes.
I mean, historic matches. If I'm right, and I'm correct, and I could be wrong, I don't remember if it was there or it was the Manhattan Center. I think it was the Manhattan Center when 1-2-3 Kid beat Razor Ramon.
That was the Manhattan Center.
Okay. But then you had Guilty as Charged there a few times.
Yes.
ECW. I mean, that was one of ECW's venues. WWE ran there. I mean, I've seen the likes of Eddie Guerrero, The Undertaker, the Dudleys, Rey Mysterio, Eugene, William Regal. I mean, they've all come through there. So it's got such a historic place to finally have wrestling back. Not only as a fan, but to see two guys that I appreciate in the business and kind of, have guided me a little bit as well. It's nice to finally see them get their shot,
right,
to own their own company.
And these are two guys that I've watched.
And not only that, they're local guys.
In the independence.
They're not guys that came from another place, another state, and they're local guys.
And
they are homegrown guys.
One of them was his boss.
Well, that's but no, I mean I've watched these guys since I was a kid. I've rode the roads with them now a little bit. And it was
You got nice. A shirt. You got his T-shirt that says the Now when it first started.
Yeah, I mean, but
Emmy Joe wears his T-shirt.
It was nice to go there help set up on Friday night. And just kind of see everything put together after knowing this was coming before the announcement was made. For me, it was a surreal experience because it's, it's guys that I know. It's not just somebody who had me come out and help them, and then I don't know them. I know the guys.
So what was the movie?
What movie?
What was the movie that we went to see with them?
Well, no. So it wasn't a movie we went to see with them. It was David Arquette's documentary came out, and they were a big part of it because they had helped Arquette get into shape and retrain everything for him to do his last run.
So let's say this, and kayfabe is out the door because everybody knows, like Triple H put it out there on Netflix. We are sports entertainment. So here's kayfabe. So what did?
Well, so no, it's not even really what he did. It was just him being him and them being them, knowing me for how long.
And what did he say?
So
what's your fake name?
But not only that actually, kind of that goes back to, what I said about being there Friday night was when I walked in, I brought another friend of mine who I went to school with, who
was on our podcast.
We've become very good friends over the last few months.
And he was on our podcast.
Yes, he was on the podcast.
Yes.
And I walked in. First thing I did was I found the owner. I said, hello, thank you for having me. What do you need me to do? I helped put the ring skirts on the ring. I helped put the guardrail covers on the guardrails. I did whatever needed to be done to get the show going is what I was there to do.
And that's called paying your fucking dues. For all you guys that want to be a Hulk Hogan, a fucking Jimmy Snuka, it ain't happening, bro. Because when you walk in the locker room, you're supposed to shake hands with your veterans. Not only with your veterans, you're supposed to shake hands with everybody and say, hey, my name is Big Dog. My name is Joey. My name is...
And, some of the guys that were there, I knew because I had... one of them was a local guy that we had done shows with for American Championship, ACW, Coliseum Wrestling, Bivens.
Okay.
You remember him?
Yes.
Yeah, so he was there, helped setting up. So we were, it was cool to be able to catch up with some of the guys I knew, from commentating and helping out wherever, guys I haven't met, and just to see that come to fruition the next night, even though I didn't go, which, again, I'm not really upset about because I had plans on Sunday anyway, and if I would have went Saturday night, I would have never made it to do what I wanted to do on Sunday. But they sold out the Civic Center, first show.
Yes, they did.
First show. It was the card was loaded from top to bottom, but because wrestling is back there, you could have sold that Civic Center out with anybody.
Correct.
I think 15 or 2,500 fans sold out. You had the ACW Rumble, Poughkeepsie Rumble, to crown the first ever champion. You had the FBI there. You had the Now versus Sent to Slaughter, the war to end them all. Because they fought all up and down New York, New Jersey, all over the place for the last probably year.
Also worked for the NWA.
I think they squared off in the Crockett Cup at one point.
Yes.
A couple of years ago.
Yes.
They've had so many matches throughout ISPW for Tommy Fierro. So the storylines for a lot of these matches were there. You had a lot of guys that were local that, some came out of, you had the one guy that came out of retirement, the Smooth Operator.
Oh, yes.
Mike something, I think his name is.
Oh, geez.
You know who I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, I have to look.
Yeah, but he came out of retirement, another local guy that they know.
I don't know where our guest is, guys.
So
if you don't come on today.
Listen, guys, I'm going to take a quick break on that note, and we'll be right back.
through with this, then I watched the evening news. There were folks that still wouldn't stand for the old red, white, and blue. At first it made me fight and mad, how they think that that's okay. Then I thought they just don't understand, and given a chance I'd say, have you ever been there when taps was played, or for a 21 gun salute? Had to hear the words you never want to hear. Have you ever had to face that truth? When a son or daughter didn't come back home to a family so devoted, then you might not disrespect our flag if you'd ever been handed one folded. Have you seen a heartbroken mother or a father fall to his knees? Been there when a family got the news that your freedom wasn't free? Have you seen a flag draped coffin? If you did, how'd it make you feel to know a soldier died to give you the right to stand or kneel? Most of us are immigrants, proud to call America home. And I'll stand for the red, white, and blue, even if I gotta stand alone. 'Cause I've been there when taps was played for a 21 gun salute. I had to hear the words I didn't want to hear. Yeah, I had to face that truth. When a son and daughter didn't come back home to a family so devoted, you never disrespect our flag if you'd ever been handed one folded. You never disrespect our flag if you'd ever been handed one folded. One folded.
All right. Hey, look at that
Yo,
perfect
we are
timing.
back. Yo, your favorite Turnbuckles and Stogies
So-
pod. Check us out. We here.
Let me
Turnbuckles and Stogies pod. If that guest don't jump on, I'm trying to get another one right now.
we don't even really need a guest. I mean,
We don't need a
there's
guest.
a lot just for ACW alone, there's a lot to cover.
Well, let's cover ACW.
Well, I'm pulling everything up so I can give people the right information. You had Richard Holiday, who won the inaugural title, which, did you see the picture of the belt?
Yes.
Belt looks fantastic.
You had Tony DeVito, who came up from Florida.
You also had Sandman show up on a surprise appearance.
You also had.
But now, don't you want to know why
Hold on.
Sandman? Wait, but
Do you
don't
know
you want to
who-
know why Sandman showed up?
Why?
Because guess who was wrestling for the NWA title?
Who?
His best friend and good buddy,
Who?
Tommy Dreamer.
So now, who announced the now?
Well, so I'm getting to that, and then you had Danny Doring was there with two of his guys wrestling Guido and the FBI. So again, if you were an ECW fan, you know the rivalry with those guys.
And then you had.
The Now versus Sent to Slaughter, which they used everything but a kitchen sink.
Okay, but who was their announcer?
I'm getting to that. So their entrance was fantastic if you didn't see their entrance. Then they had, I don't know if he was their announcer or he walked into the ring, whatever the case is, but they had Joel Gertner there.
Joel, the most sexiest man on
No, you
earth.
can't cut the promo. You can't cut a promo for that. You have to let him do it.
Why can't
Because
I just do it?
Joel is just Joel, and nobody can justify his promos. But
I
just so
can
you
do it
guys,
right now.
just so you guys can see, that is the belt. That is their championship belt. It's not super big either, which is nice.
Joel, I am the womanizer.
Oh, did you see? And then they had a new entrance gear. I mean, they really did it good. Crowbar was there. Crowbar wrestled. Actually, he wrestled, if I remember correctly, either Brad Baylor or BRG.
You had Tom Latimer from NWA.
You had the NWA belt on the line versus Tommy Dreamer. Tom Latimer versus Tommy Dreamer. You had the three-way belt for the junior heavyweight title, which was, I believe, Kerry Morton, the NWA junior champion. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. And then you had Enzo, which, for people that don't know, the last time I believe WWE came there after the 2 NXT runs was the one and only Cruiserweight live event tour, was headlined and capped off in Poughkeepsie at the Mid-Hudson Civic Center by the then Cruiserweight champion, Enzo, which a lot of people may or may not know.
Enzo Amore.
I mean, he made sure to make that a point in his promos. I mean, the show itself was just, I've seen pictures, I've seen videos, was fantastic.
Soft.
They had
soft. I am soft.
You had,
SWAFT. Bitches.
Oh, I didn't even know he was there either. I'm seeing these pictures now. Brian Myers was there.
Yes, he was.
I didn't know that.
I knew that.
I didn't know that. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's who it was. It was Crowbar versus Anthony Gangone. Or not, yeah. No. Oh, my God. What is his name? Anthony Green, I think it is. Yeah, I can't remember. The name's not coming to me. Then you had Matt Riddle versus Nick Nemeth for the belt, for the TNA World title. What's up, Rick? My boy.
My boy.
You had
what's up, my
the
boy?
TNA World title on the line. You had the ACW title on the line in the Rumble. You had the NWA title. You had the NWA Junior Heavyweight title. So, I mean, listen, if you were looking for something to do that weekend,
should have been there.
And you were looking at live wrestling events and where to go, and that came across your social media feed, your Instagram, people were posting, that was the place to be.
Shout out to the
whether it's, like I said, yes, actually, big shout out to them for getting wrestling.
And I
back
know the
there.
Nashwitz by hand.
And not only that, for going to two guys that are local to the area to bring that back and say, how do we get it here? Because they know that there's money to be made there. There's been other companies that used to run there.
They also got an MMA event.
I think that's this week or next week.
No, it was already done.
So that was yesterday.
Yes, that was yesterday.
So listen, I mean, there's, that place just, there was so much wrestling there over the years that at one point, from wrestling alone, it just kind of sat dormant until NXT came there twice.
Stop using big words.
It just, not that it sat dormant. They had other events there.
Stop using big words.
But as far as wrestling goes, it was
he's using fucking words that you got to look up in the encyclopedia for.
Stop
using big words.
As far as wrestling goes, it sat there empty from wrestling shows for a long time.
That's better.
It sat there
using big fucking words.
Very empty from wrestling shows, which as a wrestling fan, is kind of sucks for everybody because, in this area, like we've always said, there's not a lot of wrestling.
What the fuck does dormant mean?
Not active.
Guys using fucking words. Oh my God.
It wasn't
I just
active
don't fucking
as
understand.
far as wrestling goes there.
Just don't fucking understand. He's using Encyclopedia Britannica.
For guys like me, for guys like, them, all the other local kids that wrestled. And I say kids because we all went there as kids. We all watched shows there as kids.
Listen, I remember taking you there, and
was that when everybody was out back and I met Hurricane and Bubba
Yes.
and Trish?
Wait.
Howard
Hold on.
You had Kane.
That's when.
Jesus.
That's when me and Bubba had our beef.
No, so before that, no, you're thinking of before that when we went to, oh Jesus, was it Danbury or was it Bristol?
No, me and Bubba had our beef.
but before that was Northeast Wrestling when we went.
Yes.
When Devon was sitting at the table and you had over in the other corner you had Abyss and the Sinister Minister. You had the Heartthrobs and
the Heartthrobs. Oh shit!
You had Romeo.
You're going back way
and,
back.
And then you had before she became Velvet. Oh my God, I can't think of it. But that's when you guys first had kind of reconnected again, and then after that it was kind of every time you saw him it was you guys caught up and talked, and the most recent time you saw each other was a few years back now, was the Icons of Wrestling convention.
Yes.
And actually probably the coolest part of that for me was getting to meet Mark Henry. It was probably the coolest part because he shook my hand.
Wait. At the Icons of Wrestling.
And then obviously to meet Lloyd in person was another.
What did Lloyd say when he walked by?
Well, no, he didn't walk. Well, I told you he walked by. And then you watched Billy walk by. We watched DDP walk by. We talked to Mojo for like half a second because his pictures didn't make it, so he had to go get new ones made.
Yes.
I think Meanie walked by us. Sandman, we were sitting next to Buff Bagwell, which Buff doesn't ever forget a face because we met him years later again, and he still didn't forget who we were. Don't ever know what happened to the promoter that booked him for that event. Never heard from him again.
Oh, is that the guy that wanted him signed Slim Jims?
That was the guy that booked us to go wrestle in Chicago in the dead of winter. On the fucking
then wanted me to pay for the flight.
On the fucking Riverwalk.
Yeah, wanted me to pay for the flight.
The names that he had on the card were amazing.
Right, but he wanted me to pay for my own flight.
Yeah, you noticed that show never got off the ground, right?
Never went in.
All right. Yeah, that was booked us for the middle of December on the Riverwalk in Chicago, and I told him he was fucking crazy.
And I was at the Riverwalk in
He
Chicago
had
on December. It fucking sucked.
He had
it's negative 10 degrees.
Allegedly at the time, it was Eric Rowan. It was us. I believe he was trying to get Rikishi. I think he was trying to get a few other big independent names, some guys we knew. And that show just never ever made it off the ground, which, again, really isn't a loss. I mean, could the show have been lucrative if it was done right?
Yes.
Absolutely it could have. It could have been a very lucrative show because of where it was. But the only problem
our guest is, guys.
The only problem you ran into at that time, though, was it was so cold.
Right.
That there wasn't a lot of people out. See, where it was in the Civic Center out by the Riverwalk, if you would have done that in the summer, you probably would have made a lot of money on that show. You could have made a lot of money in the winter, but it's harder because it's cold. And but again, if it's done right and the promotion's right, you could make a lot of money. You could make an absolutely lot of money. This isn't a bad cigar. It's definitely the lower end. Which, again, it's not, when I say lower end, it's just not a $12, $13, $14, $15, $16 cigar. But it's a 6x70, and I'm still smoking it. I lit it up like 2 hours ago. Figure that out.
I'm trying to call somebody now. Give me a second.
So, But I believe the next show for Awesome Championship Wrestling is May 17th, Mid-Hudson Civic Center. I'm hoping to have more of a part in that show. I mean, we'll see what happens. Who knows?
Oh, okay.
But I'm looking forward to it, 110% as a fan, as friends of the guys, with a lot of the guys that are there.
All right.
I look forward to it. I'm curious to see what they do for the next one. I mean,
all right, my brother.
There was so much that they had on that show as far as promotion, and
I appreciate you.
You had promotional runs. You had everything. I mean, they did a whole lot of stuff. They promoted all over the place.
He's got to be at Polo Grounds by 12.
I've seen the advertisements on Pluto TV, in the mall, radio commercials. I mean, I've seen their commercial everywhere for that show.
ACW.
Yeah, their commercial was everywhere.
Everywhere.
But the card alone had
Matt
a major.
Riddle, Nick Nemeth,
Brian Myers, the FBI, Sent to Slaughter,
Tommy Dreamer, the Now,
Sent to Slaughter, which was Moff and Sean Donovan.
Yes.
Then you had Enzo, you had the NWA represented, you had TNA, you had the Hall of Famers, you had ECW represented, you had WWE represented by multiple guys as far as being former contracted talents. You had,
what's his name was there from Busted Open? Dave.
LaGreca was there. I think Bubba might have even been there.
Dave LaGreca.
I don't think, but Dave doesn't live far from here.
Dave lives in Jersey.
I know where Dave lives.
How do you know where he lives? What are you stalking him? He's a stalker.
No, he lives
He
lives in a town that I've been to quite a few times.
Joey's a fucking stalker.
Because I know somebody.
Watch your address. Joey's a stalker.
You don't want to say that out.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, he lives in a town that somebody I know lived in, and they used to run into him all the time. They told me. So they were on Busted Open. They were on Busted Open itself.
Yes, they were.
That's another thing is to get on there being a new company. Thankfully they've maintained great relationships with all those guys between Dreamer and LaGreca and Bully from doing shows in Jersey with Tommy and all that. They've maintained great relationships with a lot of these guys. So listen, guys, on that note, I'm going to take another commercial break.
The boss said commercial break.
And then we'll be back.
See y'all in a few minutes.
I was broken for a while. A drop of blood for every mile I'm on. I took all that they gave and lived to fight another day. But if today is all I get, I'll make my mark and you can bet that I'll never surrender. On this life, and I'll never surrender. On this life, I can't change the past, but I can't change how the story turns. 'Cause it's not mistakes that make us, but the lessons learned. Because what doesn't kill me will make me stronger in the end. And I'll never surrender. On this life, and I'll never surrender. On this life, and even if I fall, I'll get back up, standing tall again, with a medal on my chest. God knows I've done my best, because what doesn't kill me will make me stronger in the end. And I'll never surrender. On this life, 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 on this life.
Yo, we are back. Hello, McFly. How you doing? Turnbuckles and Stogies Pod. You heard? We're back.
We are back.
Sunday fun day. It's fucking whatever.
We are back. It is Sunday. That's for sure.
Is it Sunday? Are you sure? Sure it's Sunday?
Yeah.
That's right, because we're back at work.
On Monday.
We're back at work today.
Although next weekend we have a 3-day weekend, so that's a plus.
What do you mean a 2-day weekend?
I have a 3-day weekend next week.
How do you get that?
Martin Luther King Day.
Shout out to MLK.
And then on the 29th, I'm off too.
Wait. So when is MLK?
The 20th.
Which is
a Monday.
Oh, shit.
So
that means I'm off Saturday, Sunday, and Monday?
Yeah.
God damn. Shout out to the government for that.
And then the 29th is a new holiday they added.
Juneteenth.
Nope. Lunar New Year.
What the fuck is a Lunar New Year? Who added that?
It's a new thing. Yeah, I don't know. Next week.
Lunar New Year?
Yeah. So
what the fuck is a Wait. I gotta look that up.
So look it up.
What the fuck is a Lunar New Year?
I don't know. I just know it's a day off from work.
Hey Siri, what's Lunar New Year? I'm gonna look that up right now. Lunar New Year is the beginning of a new year based on lunar calendars.
Okay.
Informally but more widely lunar solar calendars.
Yeah, so it's based
Shout
off
out to whatever the fuck.
No,
I got a day
so
off.
what it is, it's the lunar calendar.
So I got a day off. Fuck it. I don't care.
So
Shout out to the government. Thank you, taxpayers.
listen, I mean, it is what it is.
Thanks, taxpayers.
It's just another day off.
I appreciate y'all. Shout out to the government. Hello. Shout out to Trump.
Oh man.
He'll take that.
But this is a good cigar. It's not a bad cigar.
It's not a bad stick.
That's always good.
Yeah, I gotta go buy some more. I'm gonna hit the cigar store after we hang up.
I lost my train of thought there, guys. I was gonna say something. I forgot.
You want me to smack you in the head?
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Just checking.
I forgot what I was gonna say, ladies.
Shout out to Daniel Jones.
Oh, that's what I was gonna do.
In the playoffs now.
That's what I was gonna do for you guys.
What? What are you putting up?
Even though they're not here.
Yeah, they're not here.
But it's okay. Even though they're not here, it's all right. But this is our guest website that was supposed to be on today. But I will promote them because I've smoked their stuff. They're great cigars. They come in one size, which is nice. So you don't have to worry about, what size you're going to try, what are you going to get. See, there's the sample pack, which is what I ordered. It comes with one of each. You have the Sumatra, the Habano, and then there's your Maduro. I believe it's boxes of 20. Let's see right now. I'll tell you right now. I believe it's boxes of 20 if I'm right. But let's see. Does it tell you? 20 cigars. You can see it right there, ladies and gentlemen. 20 cigars.
How much is the 20 pack?
135 or 140. Depending on what you get. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is the Maduro, I think, is 165. It's 165 for the Maduro. Let's see. I'll tell you right now. So the samplers are 28, 135 for the Sumatra, 140 for the Habano, 160 for the Maduro. So it's really not bad. I mean, if we're just being honest, that's not bad prices. And I've smoked them, so I can tell you for a fact they're good.
Oh shit!
What?
I just got an email. They fired the coach from Pittsburgh Steelers.
You
Look,
think that's true?
It's from Adam Scheffler.
I don't know how true that is, though.
They fired him.
I don't think they fired Mike Tomlin.
Absolutely, they did.
I don't think they did.
The Pittsburgh Steelers have decided to move on from long-term coach Mike Tomlin. Wow. That's big.
No, they haven't fired him yet.
That's what it says there.
I know what that says, but that's not.
Look, Adam Scheffler.
Yeah, but don't believe that because it's not out yet.
Well, I'm gonna tell you firsthand.
Right here,
Adam
Scheffler.
Fired.
Just now on ESPN, there's no indication at all that the Steelers are moving on from Mike Tomlin. So that's the same guy that they're saying said he's fired. He's not fired. That's why you can't believe that.
I'm just saying.
Right, but that's the same. This came from the same guy.
I'm just saying.
Right, but what I'm telling you is this came from the same person.
How do you know what person it came from?
Adam Scheffler.
Yeah.
Yeah, this came from him too, that they're not moving on from Mike Tomlin. So whoever's reporting that is not reporting the right news.
I want to give a shout out to Arizona Gym and the Arizona Gym Experience. Hit up Arizona Gym. S&W Cigars.
That's another brand everybody's got to get out there and try.
S&W Cigars.
You can order directly from S&W. Go to them on Instagram, S&W Cigar Co. Hit them up. Order from them. Tell them we sent you.
BAMF Cigars.
You can order from Ish.
Badass motherfucker. He got his own lounge. Matter of fact, I just spoke to him. He's got to be at the Polo Grounds.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now, because you spoke to him about 10 minutes ago.
12:15 he's supposed to be there.
So,
I don't know what else to tell you motherfuckers.
I mean, like I said, guys, I know our guest had an event in his lounge last night. He had a big comedy night. He was there till, I think, late this morning. He may have forgotten. It is what it is. If he wants to do an interview, we'll sit down with him and record something and put it up for you guys. If I can go live and do it and there's nobody on, I'll go live and do it, and you guys can chime in and watch and hang out with us. It's up to you. Do what you got to do.
It's all up to you guys.
If you want to go live and I can make it happen and there's nobody live on that night, then guess what? Maybe I'll go live and we'll do a middle of the week live.
No.
Live show.
You can't do middle of the week live.
Live show.
No, you can't.
Why?
Because I'm busy.
You're not busy doing anything.
I'm always busy.
No, you make yourself busy. I'm not busy.
I'm always freaking busy.
No, normally we don't do middle of the week shows.
Because I'm always busy.
You're never busy.
I'm always busy.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
What are you busy doing?
Minding my business.
Yeah, you don't know how to do that, so.
You're right. You're correct.
Don't say you're busy doing that, because we all know you don't do that.
I always mind my fucking
No, you
business.
don't. You mind everybody else's business.
Well, only on Thursdays.
No, every day.
How about you sit there and mind your business? See? She's minding my business. And that's why I'm with us for 30 fucking years.
So, we got Henderson's interview airing next week, which again was recorded over the summer, I believe. Then we have Valora Cigars the week after. We'll be back live 11 a.m. to 12:30 with a brand that we've never actually had.
I don't want to do this no more.
We've never had that brand before, so this will be a new experience for all of us. This will be a new experience for us, a new cigar for us that we've never had.
Lure Cigars.
Yes, sir. Lure Cigars. So, you know, that's a brand we've never had, a brand that we've always heard about. Nothing but great things, by the way.
What are we getting?
He shipped them out yesterday, I think he said.
So I should have them by like Wednesday, Thursday.
Depending on how he shipped them.
Fuck the post office. They can eat it back.
But I don't know what he's sending. I don't know which ones he wants. So when they come, I'll wait. I'll open them when I get home. And
How about I just open them?
No, because I will hit the guy up and see which ones to save.
Why can't I open them?
Because.
Who's it addressed to?
Me.
So I can't just open the
No.
box? I don't understand why.
You're going to do it anyway.
You're right. I am.
But if that was your cigars, you wouldn't let me open them at all.
No, I wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
You're probably right.
No, you wouldn't. You'd run around the house crying like a baby.
You're right.
All right, then.
You're right. But I'm still going to open a box.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
Why?
Why not?
Because it's not yours. It's mine.
So what?
It's mine.
Who cares?
Obviously, you don't.
Do you guys care? I don't care.
You never care.
Do you guys care? Because I don't care.
Just listen. Just remember, the next time a box comes addressed to you and I open it, I don't want to hear nothing.
Guys, this is what we do. We have a good time.
Just remember, I don't want to hear nothing.
We have a good time. It is what it is. It's fucking 10 degrees outside right now. My feet is frozen.
So shut the door.
I can't. Because I was smoking.
So, like I said, I don't know where the guest is. I figured he was going to, I didn't know if he was going to come on or not. He said he would. It is what it is. You know, it's 12:10. We got 15 minutes left. What do you guys want to talk about is the question. What do you guys want to talk about? That's the real question.
And if you guys don't want to talk about nothing, fuck it.
Then we'll see you again live in 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
On the 26th was the next time we'll be live.
Wait, say it again.
The 26th. So not next week, but the week after. So 2 weeks we'll be back live. And then
he's the boss.
We're booking into February, which we're going to start booking out now.
Kobe Freeman.
I'm working on some stuff for that. I had to reach out and talk to some people. See if I can make it happen. Get some more people on the show.
You know who I'm going to get on here?
Who?
And I'm going to bring him back. Magic.
Well, we can do that definitely for sure.
I'm going to bring Magic back.
For sure we can do that.
I'm going to bring him back on here.
I'm actually going to reach out to a couple of wrestlers as well that I know.
I'm bringing Magic
and
back.
See if I can get them on.
Maybe I get Homicide on.
Actually, I think I know who I'm going to get on. I'm going to see if I can get them on. I'm going to talk to them and see if we can get them on in the morning one day.
Who's that?
On a Sunday. I'll tell you off the air.
Maybe I'll get Homicide on.
I'm working on some stuff.
English. Maybe I'll get Eddie Kingston on here.
So listen, guys.
I gotta send the message to Eddie Kingston.
We're gonna end it a little early today. I feel like we've talked 95% of the time, except for the 5% of commercials. Yes, I did, because there was a lot I wanted to talk about.
Because I didn't talk much. You talked more than me, motherfucker.
This was the first time I could actually talk and talk for as long as I wanted about what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, but what if I wanted to talk?
You always talk. You interrupt me anyway. So
mind your business.
Listen, guys, it's been another fun episode. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Remember, check out next week's episode with Henderson of Aventura Cigars, where we talked all about the Blue-Eyed Jack and all about his new stuff. We got a tour of the aging room, a tour of the factory, everything. So that's an interview you want to check out. So listen, guys, it's been another fun episode. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.